We're in early 2026, and if you're looking at the Canadian housing market, complicated doesn't even begin to cover it.
Right. Sales are, they're all over the map.
But the intent to buy is actually surging. It feels like the goalposts just keep moving.
That's because the rule book has been completely rewritten. I mean,
Right.
if you've been on the sidelines for even 2 years, the landscape today is just, it's unrecognizable.
So we're not just talking about house hunting anymore.
No, not at all. We're talking about navigating a whole new fiscal ecosystem of federal regulations and tax codes.
Okay, so let's walk through this. First things first, the money. I keep seeing the FHSA, the first home savings account, called the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
It mixes an RRSP tax deduction with a TFS tax-free withdrawal. Is it really that perfect?
It's designed to be the best of both worlds, yes.
Yeah.
But the real holy grail part, the aha moment for a lot of people, is what happens if you don't buy a house.
All right.
You can just roll those funds into an RRSP, and this is the key. It doesn't use up your existing contribution room.
So it's a free roll. There's no penalty. You just, create extra retirement room out of thin air?
Pretty much. And then you have Old Reliable, the Homebuyer's plan. That got a major facelift, too.
A pretty significant one, yeah. The withdrawal limit is now $60,000 per person.
And the grace period is huge. You can pull money out in 2026 and not even start paying it back until 2031.
Okay, so that brings us to what people are calling the stacking strategy. You get a couple, they both max out that new $60,000 HBP limit,
That's 120 grand right there.
and then they stack their FHSA savings on top of that. Suddenly, a $200,000 down payment is actually realistic.
Which is a game changer. Because hitting that 20% down payment threshold changes everything. It changes what you can buy.
And that ties directly into the new insurance rules for 2026.
Exactly. The price caps have moved. You can now get an insured mortgage on a home up to $1.5 million. Before, if you didn't have 20% down on $1 million home, you were just stuck.
But buying a $1.5 million home is one thing. Affording the monthly payment is another. That's where the new 30-year amortizations come in, right?
It's a controversial tool for sure. Yes, it lowers your monthly payment.
But you pay way more interest over the life of the loan. You're just renting the money for longer.
You are. So why do it? Survival. For a lot of buyers, that lower monthly number is the only way they can pass the mandatory stress test.
And just to remind everyone, that's the test where the bank checks if you can afford the mortgage at a rate that's higher than what you're actually paying.
Precisely. It proves you won't go under if rates jump. And don't forget, the so-called free money bill C4 offers a GST rebate up to $50,000 for new builds in that price range.
Okay, so we've stacked the cash. We know the rules. Now for the execution. The sources use this analogy of a Nike store versus a personal shopper.
It's a great comparison. Your bank is the Nike store. They only sell their own products. A broker is a personal shopper. They have access to, 50-plus lenders.
And this is where that complexity really bites. You don't just need a rate sheet. You need a strategist. The research points to firms like Muneris Financial Services as a prime example of needing a human guide.
You really do. Things get messy. For instance, there's a 90-day rule.
Right.
Money has to sit in your RRSP for 90 days before you can use it for the homebuyer's plan. If you dump your cash in and try to buy next week, you're out of luck.
A banking app isn't going to catch that, but a person would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why having someone like Mansour at Muneris is so critical. You need that expert who says, stop, wait 90 days, or, hey, we need a formal gift letter for that money from your parents.
And if someone wanted that kind of hands-on guidance, how would they find him?
Oh, it's easy. You can call Mansour directly at 778-898-3202, or just go to their website, muneris.com. That's muneris.com.
And what about broker fees? Is that something to worry about?
For a standard mortgage with good credit, it should be zero. The lender pays them. If a broker asks you for an upfront fee, that's a big red flag. Just walk away.
So it seems like success in 2026 isn't just about saving cash anymore. It's about leverage. Leveraging accounts, leveraging the new rules, and leveraging professionals like Muneris to get through the minefield.
It's really the only way to play the game now.
Which leaves you with a big question. With all these government tools designed to help us take on more leverage and longer debt, are we actually solving the housing crisis?
Or are we just feeding the beast to keep prices high?
That is the question. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.